Sit back and throw one back with your pinky in the air and a middle finger to the world and join me, the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, as we look back on this day in pro wrestling history. But before we do, put that drink down, like, share, and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get our wrestling history on. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is May 21st, and we're going to start off as we always do on a positive note. That's right, these are your pro wrestling birthdays. 1946, the luchador known as El Solitario. 1964, Nancy, Woman Benoit. 1967, Chris Benoit. 1972, luchador Dr. Cerebro. 1982, Kota Ibushi. And last but not least, 1983, watch for her blue pants, or shh, she's a librarian, Leva Bates. And we're going to keep the positivity train a-rolling. That's right, these are your pro wrestling history highlights for May 21st. Jumping in the Wayback Machine and going all the way to 1952. Lou Thesz defeats Baron Michel Leon in Los Angeles, California, to merge the California version of the world title with the National Wrestling Alliance and National Wrestling Association world titles. Those three title wins, along with the non-title win over American Wrestling Association champion Gorgeous George, makes Lou Thesz the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. The title would remain undisputed for 5 years until a Thesz-Ed Carpentier match would end in controversy, splintering the titles once again. Fast forwarding a quarter of a century to 1977, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation and NWA World Championships were both defended at a Championship Wrestling from Florida event in St. Petersburg, Florida. WWF Champion Superstar Billy Graham defeats Joe LeDuc, while NWA World Champion Harley Race fought Dusty Rhodes to a time limit draw. 1984, the WWF returned to New York City, New York at Madison Square Garden, drawing out a sellout crowd as well as an overflow crowd watching the card via closed circuit in the adjacent Felt Forum. The main event of the evening saw WWF Champion Hulk Hogan pin David Schultz at 5 minutes and 46 seconds with a clothesline and a leg drop. 1985, Don Owens' promotion, Pacific Northwest Wrestling, ran their 60th anniversary card in Portland, Oregon at the Memorial Coliseum, featuring talent from all three major promotions, as Roddy Piper, a huge star from the WWF at the time, worked the show out of respect for Owens, while the AWA and NWA sent their reigning world champions, Ric Flair and Rick Martel. 1986, the White Ninja, aka the Great Muta, defeats Kendall Windham for the Florida Heavyweight title in Tampa. This would mark the first North American Championship for Muta. However, he would later return the belt to Windham when replays showed that Muta used an illegal karate thrust. Making 3 stops in 1988, Jim Crockett Promotions ran Richmond, Virginia at the Coliseum, drawing 7,000 fans during a hailstorm. In the main event of that show, the Road Warriors defeated the Powers of Pain in a steel cage match. Sticking in 1988, the WWF run 2 shows, first in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, main evented by Jake Roberts pinning Rick Rude, and the second show in Johnstown, Pennsylvania is main evented by the Junkyard Dog pinning Ron Bass. And last but not least, 1995, WCW Slamboree took place in St. Petersburg, Florida at the Bayfront Center. In the main event of the evening, Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage defeated Ric Flair and Vader. After the match, the heels attacked Hogan and Savage and Angelo Poffo, with Flair putting Angelo in the figure 4 leg lock. Those were your short but sweet pro wrestling history highlights for May 21st. I'm the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, and we'll see you tomorrow.